and I'm definitely not skinny enough. These thoughts aren't uncommon for young women to think. I wish I could do that. I wish I looked like that. I wish I was her. More thoughts that run through a young woman's mind on a day-to-day basis. With the advent of Facebook and other social media sites, the pressure to look and act a certain way has become even more unbearable. We learn more from the media than any other single source of information. Today's teenagers spend about 78 hours a week on their phones, 28 hours on social media sites, 10 hours with their family, only 3 hours on homework, and only about an hour and a half reading. This is a 6-to-1 ratio of time spent with technology than any other source. I myself am guilty of this. Children and teens especially learn more from the media because of how exposed they are to it. Young girls are taught how to look, act, and dress, while boys are taught what sexy is and how their woman is supposed to look. With technology advancing, so is the negative social portrayal of women. In 1 week, American teenagers spend 31 hours watching TV. In 31 hours, they're exposed to women in music videos, dancing provocatively and showing a lot of skin. Even cartoon characters with midriff and cleavage showing. These are just a few examples of how women are portrayed in a sexual way instead of a wholesome and intelligent way. The drive to be perfect is harmful to young girls as well. They may develop eating disorders, depression, and other ways of self-harming as a result of not looking like a Victoria's Secret model. Girls get the message from a very early age that what is most important is what they look like. Their value and their worth depend on this. Some of the most popular cartoon characters for girls are not the most positive role models. Now, when we think of Strawberry Shortcake, we think of the cute freckle-faced girl with a big floppy hat that sits atop her red, short, curly hair. The version today's girls are playing with, however, is tall and thin with long hair. She no longer wears a floppy hat. Instead, a short miniskirt and leggings. Those freckles, barely visible under what I can only assume are several layers of foundation. Paula Sherlock, publisher of The Judgmental Observer, stated, "I bet the new Strawberry Shortcake doll would make the old Strawberry Shortcake doll cry in front of the entire third grade class for their image." Strawberry Shortcake isn't the only one who's changed her image. Dora the Explorer has moved from a short, tiny girl with a bob haircut and monkey to a tall, thin woman who also wears a short dress and makeup. Many believe this change from short hair to long hair, average weight to ridiculously thin, and natural look to caked with makeup is sending young girls the wrong message. Now, don't get me wrong, when I was little, I loved to play dress up and mess around with makeup. But today's girls are getting the message that they must look like beauty queens all the time. Playing pretend has become the new reality. Kylie Boosty, a former Victoria's Secret model, stated in an interview with ABC that she quit lingerie modeling due to a crazy encounter with her 8-year-old cousin. While Kylie was putting on her makeup, her cousin was watching and said, "I think I want to stop eating so I can look like you." This broke Kylie's heart, and she realized her young cousin wasn't the only girl who thought they had to do certain things, even harmful things, to be beautiful. No matter what a woman does, no matter what her accomplishments, her value still depends on what she looks like. Earlier this year, I attended the Talent on Parade dance convention. While in our audition class, our instructor Dawn asked us, "What is sexy?" One girl replied, "A big butt and big boobs," while all 300 girls and 3 boys laughed. Dawn looked disappointed. He said, "No, you only need 2 things to be sexy: power and confidence." I kept this in mind. Does being a size 13 make a woman any less sexy than being a size 3? If a woman walks through that door with her head held high with power and confidence, she is 100% more attractive than one that were to walk in all shy and uncomfortable in her own skin. Women in the public eye fall victim to harsh scrutiny as well. During the 2008 presidential elections, the media was more concerned with if Sarah Palin got a boob job than her reigning as governor of Alaska. More concerned with her handicapped son and pregnant teenage daughter than her policies. Singers Adele, Miranda Lambert, Christina Aguilera, Jessica Simpson are more examples of extraordinary women who are judged more on their weight than their talent. Adele, the top-selling female artist of 2012, winner of 9 Grammys and a Golden Globe, being judged on what she looks like? To me, this is absurd. It reminds me of lyrics from 2006 hit song, "Stupid Girl." What happened to the dream of a girl president? She's dancing in the video next to 50 Cent. Hillary Clinton, making that leap to be the leader young girls need, only to be pulled down by the media because she wasn't, quote, pretty enough to govern our nation. It's a wonder my generation can even function. But all hope isn't gone. We can be an instrument of change. We can awaken people and change lives. It just depends on who will lead the way. Raise your hand if you're tired of turning on your television and seeing pictures of young, beautiful women who have taken their own lives because they're tired of being picked on because of their looks. If hearing the words ugly, slut, whore make you cringe. If it kills you to see young girls dressing like they're in their 20s. My little sister and I go shopping a lot, and Hannah, who's 13, hates when I won't let her buy an off-the-shoulder top or short shorts. Pink by Victoria's Secret has become very popular lately, and it kills me that she shops there. Maybe it's because she's my little sister. Or maybe it's because I hate she feels she has to grow up so fast to be considered pretty. I can't even walk through the halls of my middle school anymore without seeing young girls wearing provocative things with their faces caked with makeup. The October 22nd issue of Newsweek calls out the fashion industry by saying, fashion sin is that it peddles. What one has is never quite pretty enough, luxurious enough, or glamorous enough. Beauty's a big tent conceit, and no one is exempt, even if they'd like to be. My generation needs a role model. We need someone to tell us we don't have to be perfect, but just be ourselves. To be powerful and confident, because to me, every woman is beautiful. And no one should judge a girl based on what she looks like. Being a dancer has taught me a lot. I stand in front of mirrors for hours each week, and it is very important to like what you see. Comparing yourself to teammates and even becoming self-conscious in your outfits is not uncommon. There have been teammates of mine, myself included, who have even cried in their cars on their way home because they're tired of not looking like the rest of the team. It all falls back on the media. The dance world is notorious for basing a selection of dancers off of their looks before their talent. And it is not uncommon to get cut from an audition just because you don't look a certain way. But all it takes is one person. One person to stand up to the media and tell women they are beautiful. I applaud country music singer Blake Shelton when his Miranda Lambert asked, "Why didn't you tell me I was getting fat?" Blake replied, "It's not my job to tear you down. The media does that enough. It's my job to build you back up." There's one leader right there, but we can't wait for the media to change. We need to start teaching young girls and women now that their worth is not determined by their profile picture on Facebook. That their brain, not their butt, is their most attractive feature. That dressing modestly is not the fashion sin the media makes it out to be. That a healthy body is preferable over the media's impossible ideal. And most importantly, that being sexy means having power and confidence. We can stand up. We can stop bullying. We can rise above the negatives and push towards the positives. Paul Hiroshi, Director of Marketing Sales for Dove, stated, "The existing narrow definition of beauty is not only unrealistic but unattainable, but it clearly also creates hang-ups for today's generation. It's time to free the next generation of these hang-ups and give girls the tools they need to discover their own definition of beauty. As the next generation, we can.